Oh, hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Roll Credit Show. I am your host, Shan.
Oh, yeah. My name is Chirstopher Smith.
And we're back. We definitely went to go to the movies to go see Dune 2. It was amazing. We can't wait to jump into that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and recap Dune 1. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, so we watched Dune 1 back in 2021, I think, or whenever it had come out. We didn't see it in theaters. We had to wait till it came out on streaming, so we watched it on HBO. And when we first watched it, we watched it at night, and we really didn't like it. It was very slow, monotonous. We thought the cinematography was great. We thought, for the most part, the performances was really good. But everything just felt too slow. We didn't really enjoy it when we first watched it. I don't think we went back to it ever since then. There was, some things that we could say was really good, like Hans Zimmer. He's always going to kill the score and things like that. But for the most part, wasn't really feeling it. So when we were hearing about Dune 2, and, it was building up the hype, and we were seeing everything that was coming along, we definitely held our skepticism. We were like, we'll go see it, try to experience it in the theaters this time on IMAX, see how that goes, see if there's any improvements. But for the most part, I would say we definitely were impressed. We enjoyed Dune 2 way more than I don't know if maybe they knew that some of those choices in Dune 1 didn't make it as good as it could be, and then they fixed it in Dune 2. Maybe that's just the way they wanted to tell the story in Dune 1. And Dune 2, they were, trying to take it in another direction because of the nature of the story. So, but either way, Dune 2 definitely picked up and made the overarching Dune series so far much better, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, watched Dune 1. I thought it was pretty good, but like Chris said, it was very slow. Cinematography, the scale of things was pretty good. I just really didn't enjoy the pacing. But now after watching Dune 2, I can definitely go back and appreciate Dune 1 for what it is and what they was trying to do for the overarching story. And watching it from that context, I definitely want to say Dune, the storytelling wise, the cinematic storytelling that they was doing, it definitely hit a little harder for me because I know Dune is adapted from a book. I'm not that familiar with the book at all, or the movies or series that taking place. The one Mick Jagger was in the 80s. So
Mick Jagger was in it?
Huh?
Mick Jagger was in it?
Yeah. Mick Jagger, he played Austin's Butler character in the 80s.
Okay.
So we're coming into this as just new fans. We don't know nothing about the backstory, anything. We're just coming to this because we saw the trailer. Timothée Chalamet was in there, and it's a sci-fi movie, and it looked cool as far as the trailers go. So definitely impressed with the storytelling for sure. The layers is a very complex story, and overall, I think everybody did a really good job. But Dune 2 is the Batman Dark Knight. It is the Terminator 2.
Yeah.
It is the Top Gun Maverick. Dune 2 was amazing.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I would say it's one of those big blockbuster classics for sure.
Instant classic.
Yeah.
It like from the moment it opened, because like what Chris said, we went in, I was very skeptical. Definitely wanted to support the young Hollywood stars, the up and coming people. Like you got the Timothée Chamalets, the Zendayas, I'm about to call her Florida. What's the lady?
Oh, Florence Pugh.
Florence.
Or Florence,
and then you got
whatever.
The OGs in here. So definitely wanted to support them. And I've been very interested to see who's going to be the next group of Hollywood elite actors that's going to carry the mantle forward. Because right now we still got Tom Cruise and Will Smiths and Brad Pitts. They still killing it. The Leos. So the Robert De Niro. So definitely super interesting to see. I definitely want to see these actors on this stage. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where you want to start? Because one thing I was thinking is seeing this in IMAX definitely took it to another level.
It did.
I think if we saw the first one in IMAX, it would have been maybe a little better. Because giving it that huge screen with the scale that they were executing makes a lot more sense. Like I don't even know if you could appreciate it the same if you never see it in IMAX. Like it definitely was so immersive and so visceral because of that massive screen. And it made me think like the first one probably would have been at least a little bit more entertaining just because of that scale, you know.
I agree. We didn't see the first one in IMAX. I don't know what happened. But
I think we just missed it. I think we were too busy.
Yeah, I think we got busy, but we didn't see it. But we definitely made sure, just from the trailer alone, just from the buzz, from word of mouth, I was hearing like Dune 2 is amazing, Dune 2 is amazing. And then I was like, okay, we'll see. But I was really rooting for everybody because, once again, I love Timothée Chalamet. I love Zendaya, and I'm not that familiar with the director of the movie at all, Denis.
Yeah.
Not familiar. I do know he directed Prisoners. Haven't got a chance to really watch that. Actually, I don't think I've seen none of his work.
I don't either. No.
I believe this may be the first film I've seen of his.
Yeah.
The
Dunes.
He got some heat. He got Prisoners. He's got Blade Runner. Sicario. And I never watched none of his films, but now I want to go back and look at his catalog because this movie was so well done. This movie was executed at the highest level possible, from the acting, from the music, from the production design, from the props, from the costumes. Everything was executed at a high level. This is Hollywood elite of the elite, and they did a really good job and they knocked it out the park. And I'm just like super proud of everyone that's involved because it's not easy to do, but this movie is an instant classic. It's amazing, man. Yeah. Super amazing.
Did he write it too? I thought I saw it.
I'm not sure if he wrote
the screenplay. Okay.
I'm not sure if he wrote it. He probably did, but I'm not sure, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that one thing that this movie is doing is it's just adding to the catalog of what we have in modern day sci-fi, right? Like we already got the creator. What else do we have? That's not Marvel. Like,
I would definitely say this movie is definitely one of the movies that is solidified the 2020 era of cinema. So you have your now I'm having a blank screen. You have your Top Gun Maverick. You have the Batman. You have Everyone Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that's
You have it's another movie that just came out that was amazing. Jesus, but it's definitely in that tier, and it's definitely one of those movies that's going to solidify itself in this era, in this filmmaking, and it's definitely going to inspire a lot of filmmakers because like the scale of it, like Chris was saying last night, we haven't seen a movie with so much scale in a very long time. And it just was so beautiful, so stunning to see, and we was really immersed in those scenes. Like the opening scenes with the fire, I felt like I was on fire sitting in that chair. So it was really cool to see, and this movie inspired me. Like, I'm a big dramedy, comedy person, and I do love sci-fi, but I never really dabbed into it before. But this movie really inspired me. Just from the execution, I was really inspired because they hit all cylinders, and you could tell this was something made for the movie screen. You have to see this movie in IMAX. There is no other way that you should be able to experience this movie for the first time. You got to see it in IMAX. It is going to take you on a ride. It's beautiful. And like I said, it's one of those films. Oh, Avatar. The Way of Water.
Avatar, that was the other one.
It's in that elitism.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys got to go see it. Like, whenever I go see something that's special, I definitely try to make sure I come back and try to convey that to you guys as much as possible. Just like when we went to go watch Top Gun, we wasn't doing the show, but I literally got on social media and I told people, you guys got to go see Top Gun Maverick. It's special. You guys got to go see everywhere, everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
It was special. This movie is so special. So just from that standpoint, from a director, producer, writer, I'm very inspired, and like I said, I'm going to go back and watch his work because the movie was so good, so good.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get into performances because I think we were talking a lot about the actors' performances from the first one because we were saying, we thought Timothée Chalamet, he was good casting for the main characters. Zendaya, obviously, even though we was mad Zendaya was only in the first one for like 8 minutes, but the time that she was on screen, she looked great on screen. And so this one...
Totally forgot about that. That was another reason why I didn't like the first Dune. Because they used Zendaya all throughout the trailer. We pulled up to the movie thinking Zendaya was going to be, in the movie, and she was only in there for like a short amount of time. I was so mad. It reminded me of the time when Chris Brown... What's the movie? Stomp the Yard. When Chris Brown died in the first 10 minutes. I felt betrayed a little bit. But it's cool. I get it now. She all throughout the second one, so we good.
Yeah. It makes once again. Oh, not once again. Let me say this. I definitely think that Dune 2 makes Dune 1 a little better. It makes a little more sense. I almost feel like it's like Titanic, right? It's like really the super long overarching story, not just like I don't think Dune 1 can stand well on its own, in my opinion. I don't think you can just be like
it's all foundation.
Exactly,
it's
right.
All
it's
foundation
all build
work.
up.
So you have to, and the thing is, you couldn't cheat the build up. You have to do that extensive build up to even get to the Dune 2.
Exactly.
And everything makes sense, and the payoff is so good and gratifying.
Exactly,
so I understand it completely.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, we didn't know the story. We didn't know the Dune story at all. So we went in like blind. So yeah.
I think that's the other thing too. We didn't have no frame of reference at all.
Yeah.
So when Dune 1 ended, we were just like, what?
Yeah, we were so confused, and I was like, "What? You know?" So yeah.
But yeah, get into the Dune 2 performances. Yeah, everybody cranked it up to 10 in this one.
Yeah,
like Timothée Chalamet, this is definitely his like breakout standout role. Like I don't know if anybody else would have been able to do that performance the way he did it. Similar to what I had said about John David Washington about in The Creator. I felt like that was his standout role because I was like,
really?
Yeah.
I thought John David Washington's standout role for me was in Tenet.
Really?
That's just me personally.
Yeah, I feel like Tenet was a little bit of a disservice, not to him, but like I don't know. We'll get into Tenet later.
I'm about to say because the scale of that movie that was his breakout role for me.
Yeah, no, I understand.
The Creator
I feel like
was more of like a indie kind of sci-fi.
But
I don't know.
I think that The Creator was. I'm talking about just his performance. I'm saying I don't think anybody else could have done the performance he did. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's how I'm comparing it to Timothée because I feel like the way that performance Timothée gave, I don't think anybody else could have done that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And then like also with Zendaya, I feel like she absolutely knocked it out of the park. She looked so crazy on IMAX, yo.
Yeah.
Like she looked so good on that screen.
Yeah.
And then Austin Butler. I'm starting to see this dude got range, okay?
Yeah.
To go from Elvis to, I don't know, some bald alien guy.
Yeah.
That he got range, yo. I can't wait to see what he.
No alien.
Well, you know
I don't know what they are.
I mean, they got black lips and eyes.
Don't
even get me started.
Yeah, because y'all gonna eat me up in the comments.
Don't even get me started. I have no idea. That's once again, it's like our frame of reference is very limited, so we're going off of like vibes, kind of.
We're just going off of straight the movie. That's all,
right.
You know.
Yeah, that's all we got, yo.
That is all we got.
But yeah, like everybody killed it in this one. It was crazy. Like there wasn't a single performance I didn't like. You know,
stellar.
Everybody, like you said, it's just the elite. This is like what elite
looks like.
Oh yeah, of the craft looks like right now.
This is what elite looks like.
Killers of the Flower Moon as well. Like, in that's the category we talking about.
That cast, like this is just the elite of the elite,
right?
And I definitely got to talk about performances. Big shout out to Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah,
like when Timothée Chalamet first got popular, I was one of those people like, who is this kid? Why is everybody saying he the chosen one or he this, he that?
Yeah,
whatever. So what I did, I started to do research on Timothée. I was like, let me do some research on him. I started seeing his performances from back in high school when he did theater. Man, he was amazing. But the role for me that really made me appreciate Timothée Chalamet and like started to really understand like, no, this guy can act and he really understands the nuance of acting was Call Me By Your Name. That at the end when he's crying, I was crying. And I remember I told Chris the very next day, I said, no, Timothée Chalamet, he's a beast. He has potential to be the next Leonardo. And the reason why I say that is because in that movie, if you don't know, he plays a gay guy, but in real life, he's not gay. But that wasn't even it. It was just his mannerisms, the way he had to show him yearning for someone. That's not easy to do. And the way he was able to do that was with his eyes, but he was able to do it in a physical manner that was so real. Like he was yearning for this man. And I said, no, he's special. So then, you know, I kept up with him, been supporting him, love him. And just to see Timothée growth.
Yeah, I can see that.
Super proud. I'm like a proud cousin, a proud aunt right now. Like, bro, you killed it. And I remember he said he had a conversation with Tom Cruise. I don't know what Tom Cruise said to this kid, but he received it.
Right.
And he executed, and he took his performance to the next level.
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet's performance in Dune 2 is going to be it's going to be his Leonardo's Titanic. This is it. He's here now. He's never coming back now.
Yeah,
he done it.
You only gonna get better after
like
that.
he's only going to get better. He's going to play in more bigger roles. More directors is going to trust him. And I do remember Timothée Chalamet. He had a conversation with Tom Cruise after Top Gun Maverick. He said Timmy said he took people to go see this movie because that's how much he loved it, the cast and crew. And, you know, some people are, oh, okay. No, I get it, bro. That's my movie. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
But he said Tom Cruise told him, look, the bar is low. This is what I tell any actor or whoever. I tell them, the bar is so low these days. Nobody is going to tell you anything. You're going to have to take it upon yourself to do it. So basically, he was talking about fighting and getting in shape and taking the physicality of being an actor to the next level. And Tom Cruise said back in the day, the studios used to hire stunt trainers and this and that for you. No, you have to do it yourself.
Yep.
And from the opening scene when he did that fight, he nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it. From Dune 1 to this, it's almost like a whole completely different actor.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
a progression. Super proud of Timothée Chalamet. He is a leading man, and I am so excited for his future, and I can't wait to see what he do next because he killed it. And kudos to everybody, the whole cast. Bautista. I'm a huge WWE fan, and Bautista killed it, man.
Yeah, I'm very
Bautista's
surprised.
a heck of an actor.
Yeah, when it comes to the wrestlers turn actors, he's definitely number one for me. Like,
if I'm a director and I'm getting paid to do like a big budget sci-fi or action movie, I'm going to WWE.
Yeah, for sure.
They got the Bianca Belairs already.
Exactly.
They have Rhea Ripley. They have Seth Rollins. And they have the physique.
Exactly.
And guess what? Wrestlers are good actors. You want to know why? They're wrestling with they're acting with their body.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're acting with their body. I'm going to the wrestlers. And Bautista, you did a really good job. So The Rock, he really opened that lane
for sure
for all of the wrestlers, man, to cross over to Hollywood. So good job, Bautista. We got to talk about Austin Butler.
Look, I loved Austin Butler's character.
I loved it.
I think one of the
I loved
reasons
it a little too much.
I know, right? I think one of the reasons it was so good is because obviously he's supposed to stand apart from Timothée Chalamet, right? So it was very interesting to see him be like the antithesis of him. Mm-hmm. But he killed it, and he somehow did a good job making it his own.
Yes.
Not just like, I'm opposing Timothée Chalamet. No, this is a completely different character. He can stand on his own.
Right.
I would almost love a spinoff of just that guy.
Just that character.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's just so interesting.
Don't say that. Oh, God.
They're going to
do a prequel show.
Austin Butler. Go ahead and shave your head. Just shave your head real quick and crank out about like 2 seasons of that. I will watch it. That character was so good. It was so good.
The character was so good. The character was so menacing. And it's tough to play. It's so fun to play a villain coming from an actor. I used to love playing villains. But also it's tough because you don't want to be the person that act bad. Like, I'm bad, I'm big bad Austin. No, you want to be the person you are bad.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you do something, I'll knock you out right now. He was so menacing. The texture of his voice. A lot of people been talking about, he still sounds like Elvis. Look, bro, if you spent 2 or 3 years studying a character, it's going to take you some time mentally to get out of that completely.
Right,
a lot of people don't know acting, it's manipulation. You're manipulating your emotions. You're manipulating your mind. It's a lot of mental that goes into it. And he didn't sound like Elvis in this one. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he definitely didn't sound like Elvis. This guy was not Elvis.
Man, wonderful performance.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. We got to talk about Zendaya, Z.
Yeah, man, Zendaya. Okay,
Zendaya girl.
Hold on, wait. Now let's get the spoiler alert going. Because I want to talk about the end of this movie.
Wait, we're still talking about the performances.
That's what I'm about to get into, though.
Don't say the ending. Just talk about the performance.
But how can you talk about Zendaya's performance without bringing up the ending? Because to me, that's where it was just
talk about the overall.
Man, look, okay.
Before we talk about the ending.
When it comes to Zendaya's performance throughout the rest of the movie.
You're about to give it away already.
Look, at the end of the day, I feel like her arc was the main arc of the movie, if that makes sense. I feel like she changed so much throughout that movie compared to Timothée Chalamet. He's been changing. Hold on, you're not letting me finish. He changed over the arc of the entire both movies, right?
Yeah.
So like his change was, I feel like he was already in his journey in the beginning of this one, whereas hers was really just picking up.
Hers
you know what I'm
picked up
saying?
right at the end of Dune. Yep. When she first met him.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
The actual character development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it really picked up in this movie.
Okay.
And so I'm not saying as far as the distance traveled, but the amount of variation, right? Because we saw how, I'm not going to say specifically what the ending is, but we saw how at the ending she looks like she's gone through hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, maybe
right?
we shouldn't spoil the ending. Yeah,
because it is early. I'd be forgetting that it just came out.
Yeah.
But regardless, it just looked like she done went through it, and she did. She went through it in the last like 2 days of that movie. Like she went through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emotionally, physically, everything. So being able to convey it the way she did is just top notch, like 100% pure, unadulterated perfection, in my opinion.
Yeah, Zendaya, she really did a good job, and I wasn't expecting nothing but the best from Zendaya because she already proved herself. She won 2 Emmys or 2 Golden Globes for her role in Euphoria. But the one thing I really do like about Zendaya, she is a stunning woman, beautiful, but she don't rely on her looks.
Yeah, for sure.
She rely on her talent. She rely on her abilities, her charisma to perform. Because she could have did this character and she could have been the prissy, pretty girl in this, but she wasn't. She was just like a, tomboy, like, yeah, you're not fooling me. And she still killed it. She still was beautiful. She still was stunning. A lot of up-and-coming female actors definitely could take from that because I see a lot of women, they just care so much. I want to be the pretty girl. I want to be the pretty girl. I'm a bad chick. And, no, you have to work on your craft. You have to work on your talent. And Zendaya, she is the example for you guys. She relies on her talent.
Yeah.
Nobody just don't want to see a pretty girl who can't act. She want to be in the position she's in.
Not only that, but that lane is like, so like we got enough of them, right?
Got enough of them.
We need the tomboys. Like we need
more. Not
even
tomboys. We need more women like Viola Davis, who's not afraid to do whatever it takes to tell the story. So if I got to cry and snot coming out my nose, that's what I'm going to do in this scene, right? I'm not so focused on the way I look. I want to be pretty 100% of the time. And that's the reason why I respect Zendaya so much. She would do whatever it takes to perform her character, be in the character, but tell a good story. Phenomenal. Like, no notes. She killed it.
Yeah.
Super excited. Matter of fact, my only critique of everybody, I want to see more movies. I want to see more of Austin Butler. I want to see more Timothée. I want to see more Zendaya. Yeah. I want to see more of these guys. And of course, the OGs did a good job. The guys from
Josh Brolin and
No Country for Old Men. We know them. We know they're gonna kill it.
Right.
So we not worried about them. They don't have nothing to prove. But I feel like the younger actors, they do have something to prove. They have to prove like we can stand on our own. Right. We can make money from this. Like at the end of the day, you gotta put butts in seats, and I feel like this movie is gonna gross a lot of money for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe 200, 300, 400.
I don't think anybody in that cast should have a problem finding work moving forward.
Moving forward, these guys are the lead of the lead, and I'm just super proud of everybody just to see their journey. Like Austin Butler, not familiar with him, but I do know if Denzel Washington gave this dude the stamp.
Oh, okay. Well,
so Denzel Washington gave Austin Butler the stamp. We should already know. Like, this kid is a beast. He's not even a kid. This young man is a beast. So
yeah, for sure.
Super excited.
Yeah. What else?
Oh, wait. The guy who plays the big fat ugly guy.
Oh, Skarsgard. I don't know his first name.
I call him Papa Skarsgard.
Yeah, Papa Skarsgard. Because he got
the 2 sons that act as well.
Right.
Whew. His physicality when he's in that suit, he's menacing as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be menacing when you look like a character from Oompa Loompa almost, right?
Yeah, he looked like a butterbean or something like that. A butterbean.
Man, he showed you. And he's menacing. Like the way he floating in the air and, man, straight killed it. And, of course, he's going to kill it. He's an OG in the game, too. But his dedication, 7 hours of makeup, that's a lot.
That's crazy,
but it looks so good on screen.
Yeah.
That's another thing about the performances. Christopher Walken.
Oh, right. Christopher Walken was in this. I forgot.
Christopher Walken is a OG.
Yeah.
Look, I will cast Christopher Walken in my movie tomorrow. That man looks so good.
Right.
His voice, everything. Like, everybody, a 10 out of 10 cast did amazing. So, super proud, man. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
You're not going to go wrong with anybody that was in this movie.
Exactly.
And I can't remember what the mom's name is, Timothée Chalamet's mom.
Yeah,
but she killed it, too.
She does a lot of work with Tom Cruise.
Right, yeah. I can't remember her name. She did good, too. But yeah, she went
Everybody
crazy.
Across the board.
The next thing I want to talk about is just the production itself.
Uh-huh.
Because, so, like, one thing that, I've been talking about a lot is we got to get back to practicals, y'all. Like, I think Marvel VFX does out, Like, VFX, I think, is great for things where you ain't got no choice, maybe, like, in space or something like that. Or, like, small details to kind of heighten something, but having just nothing but a character in costume and a green screen, and then you got a VFX, the whole other... That has, I think it's ran its course. We got to get back to practicals, and Dune, in my opinion, has proven that because so much of this stuff is practical, and I think that's why it looks like so real. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. I'm
it's
all
so
for
much
practicals.
better.
I've been watching a lot of movies from the 80s. 80s to me, the movies is so good. I don't know why. We just watched Predator, amazing movie.
Oh, right.
But yeah, practicals, the production, the sets. The costumes.
I love
the
everything about it.
Storyboards. Like, and this is like stuff we learn in film school, right? This is not nothing spectacular or whatever. These guys are just doing their job, and they're really good, and they're executing at a high level. That's it.
Right.
But like we gotta. Yeah, I think I am visual effects out.
Yeah.
I remember when we saw Coming to America 2. I was so disappointed. I'm like, how Coming to America 1 is better, like, as far as the location and set goes, and the costumes was better than in the first one in the 80s than this one. I'm just like, nah, get that out of here.
Right.
So.
Yeah, nah, it's I don't want to harp on it too much, but yeah, I'm so done.
Let's move on to we could talk about costumes. I thought the costumes was really good.
Yeah.
I like the eye color, the blue. That was really cool. It didn't look weird or anything like that.
Yeah. Like stuff like that is where I think VFX can. I really like the
scale of everything.
Yeah.
And visual effects was used in this movie. We saw all the teams. We stayed for the credits.
Right.
But the scale, the matte paintings, the production design, it was so stunning, so beautiful, so much detail, and yeah, they did a really good job. The whole production team, you guys did a really good job.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chefs.
Right, yeah, I saw the chefs up there.
Yeah, we saw y'all had personal chefs there. I don't blame you.
Right.
It's hard being on set for 12, 14 hours, sand, especially when you out on location in the sand, and you gotta make sure you putting the right foods in your body to keep that energy up. A lot of people think being on set is just fun. It is, but you shooting back to back. Right. You got to make sure you get your vegetables, your fruits, your protein, your carbs. Yeah. You can't be eating McDonald's, man. You're not gonna have no energy.
Yeah,
so
it's not gonna cut it.
Yeah,
you need a smoothie.
Shout out to the chefs.
You need a steak and a smoothie and a potato.
Steak, smoothie, potato, a salad.
Yeah.
You need that healthy balance for sure. Yeah. Like, trust me. We tried to get away once with just eating and we eat a lot of Chipotle if we're too busy on set.
Oh yeah, Chipotle.
But yeah. Shout out to everybody. So let's go ahead and move forward. So we got to talk about the cinematography of this film because me personally, I like the cinematography a little bit better in Dune 2 versus the first one.
Right.
In the first movie, I thought it was a little desaturated. It was a little dull, but the cinematography was still stunning, but it was just a little dull for my taste. But in the Part 2 version of the cinematography, it was amazing. It was contrasty. It was very vivid. And yeah, I don't know why they decided to change that. I don't know if that was a part of the plan in the first place to maybe the first one to represent it was so bleak. I don't know. But in the second one, the cinematography was on point. It was beautiful. It was stunning. The scale of everything. That was the best part. Just like, it was just so epic.
Yeah, for sure.
So epic, man. Yeah. And I was like, man, we need more epic movies. Like, I love when they was fighting and they'd be walking side they'll be walking, they all this stuff crashing on the side while they walking this way. It was just very epic. So I really appreciate that. The person who shot this movie is Gareth Edwards.
Right.
He also shot the creator.
And
he also
Batman.
shot the Batman. And he's dope, man.
Yeah,
I love his image. And also, we gotta talk about the infrared scene. So the black and white, when they was showing the Skarsgard world, the big bald fat guy, when Austin Butler was about to do the fight scene, they did it in black and white, but they did it in infrared. So that was really dope. If you don't know what infrared is, basically nobody else can see the light except for the camera. So that's how infrared works.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to look into that.
They modded Arri Alexa camera, so that it was stunning. The way they did their world was very stunning. It was very different from the sand. So
right.
Yeah.
That makes sense because it reminds me of in Oppenheimer. Didn't they have to create a brand new roll of film to shoot in black and white?
That black and white was really good in there too.
So I really like these films coming out that are engineering new things to help kind of move the landscape of cinematography along. Yeah. I think that's something I hope they continue to do.
That's
moving
super interesting. That's the best part. Same with what James Cameron did.
Exactly. In Avatar.
Yeah. Or the guy who do Ted, Seth MacFarlane.
Right, exactly.
What they did with the green screen.
Yeah.
So, not the green screen, but, having a physical prop there, but you can actually see him on the screen or something.
Yeah.
I know that might be too techy for you guys, but yeah, so anything else? Oh, real quick, let's go ahead and say our favorite scenes, but don't spoil the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really say too much about my favorite scene because it's at the end, so I'll just tell you the end. You'll know what it is. The other scene I really like, what you see in the trailer, is when he rides the worm. That whole part was
that worm riding scene was dope.
Was just too dope. That was
I
just
felt like
awesome.
A kid during that scene.
Exactly. Yeah, those are definitely my two favorite scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite scene is definitely the riding the worm scene.
Yeah.
And also, I would say the whole sequence at the end. I really like the scene when he did give the big speech.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Because you can definitely see him transform to a whole other person. He was very, he wasn't like, I don't want to be a leader or nothing. He's like, I am a leader.
Yeah,
you know? And I will lead you guys to the righteous path. And I just like to see that transition after he took the little fluid or whatever.
Yeah, the drink or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, if you had to rate this movie, what would you rate it?
Yeah, man, solid 9 out of 10. I think the only reason it's missing the points because I want another one. I think that's it.
They're already talking about Hans Zimmer is already working on another one. So
right, yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah.
So the cinema was so good. Dune 2, thank you to the filmmakers, everybody who dedicated their time and energy into this movie. You guys did a really good job. As a cinema lover, we really appreciate it. And we're looking forward to the next one. To Timothée Chalamet, boy, you up here.
Right.
Super excited to see you, continue to grow. Everybody, the rest of the cast, the OGs from the young ones. Make more movies. We want to see more movies with you guys. I don't care if it's low budget or what. Make more movies.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it.